Boy, people, you know, sister, the one Andrew Holness is a big old miser. Yeah, the man say him get billions of dollars in donation, and I know him not touch none of the money yet. Yeah, him say all of the money where he must spend all along is what the government did set aside for hurricane. And another question too, Andrew, did you touch any of the insurance money yet? Me no know if him touch none of the insurance money yet. Yeah, the comrade them a say Andrew is a big old miser. Him get billions of dollars in a donation and all. Now him not touch none.
Him in a yard boss TV.
So hold on there. Them people now suffer down there. A whole heap of people have suffered down at Westmoreland and down at St. Elizabeth there, you know. And now Andrew Holness now free up none of the money. The other day, Mark G came out and him said this. Hear what him say, yeah?
Run some income on the ground where people have lost their jobs or their businesses have been closed and get the economy moving.
Yeah. Well, in this case, Mark G is right. I believe Andrew Holness did propose that early on, but me no see and nobody no see Andrew Holness is actually putting anybody to work down there. You see cleaning up going on, but I think they're still planning because, you know, in St. Elizabeth, as you hear over and over again on social media, they are planning to build back better. And they're not going to be building back them old buildings in downtown Black River. They're going to be building up nice skyscraper. Them say they're going to transform it in to the new city. And some say a new smart city down there. Yeah, so you see Andrew Holness, he came out and he said, well, me not gonna spend my time actually going around from community to community and hand out any care packages. My job right now is to go to the international community and look for investors to come and invest in Jamaica. And he say his trip to the G20 over there in Africa actually provided some dividends. Yeah, him say he had a couple of commitments of like foreign leaders actually committing investment dollars to invest in Jamaica. So who are going to benefit from the smart city, Mr. Prime Minister, man? Hopefully the Jamaican people is going to be benefiting from that smart city down there, the building of the smart city. Prime Minister, may I beg you, lead a charge to get as many Jamaicans certified in the skills that you're going to be requiring to rebuild St. Elizabeth. Do me a beg you, start some form of governmental program where the people them can actually go to classes and get certified in plumbing, electrical work, whatever is needed to rebuild the city. Because guess what, if we don't have the certification in Jamaica, you know what is going to happen? A lot of foreigners are going to come in and get the money what the Jamaicans desperately need. Yeah, desperately need. So Mr. Andrew Holness, I'm not political, I'm just a man who loves Jamaica so much. And me just bring with the people them and say the people them wonder when you're gonna start release some of that money there. And what gonna happen to the people them with the pan capture land? Them say over 700,000 Jamaicans live on government land or on private land with them not have no title for. So all of them, the board house, they will blow down, Mr. Prime Minister. What happened to them people there? They're not working. Them don't have $1 in them pocket. They do nothing for themselves. Where them gonna get money from for rebuild? Yeah, tell me, say them gonna live on a tarpaulin and whole mash up zinc for the rest of them life? Or for the next 3-4 years? I don't know, Rasta. I don't know. Andre Stevens says, Mr. Prime Minister, him say you must bring 150,000 container homes and go drop in a Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. That's what him say. But Mr. Prime Minister said they're going to be building housing schemes built out of container homes. But you have to get mortgage for them. They're not free. The people them are going to need some freeness. Because if them not have no work, where them gonna get mortgage from? Chaja, that is the question. So, we know donate, but the donation them not reach the people. If we not donate to the government, it's a slow process. Not saying them a thief the money. Them not thief the money. Them just a take forever to spend it. And now when you see how Andrew Holness government stay. Andrew Holness government is slow to spend, while the PMP them a say spend, 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 and Andrew Holness not spending. But on the ground, people are suffering. I mean, the good takeaway is this, right? Private citizens are actually stepping up and helping out their brothers and sisters. So the burden on the government is not as much. Imagine if there was not any help from the private sector and NGOs. How the government would manage? Well, more than likely, if there was not a lot of help from NGOs and from private citizens, probably we would have seen more from the government. But it's like a gauge, yeah? Them I watch and I see what I go on the ground and I see how much them supposed to push. Because remember, as Andrew Holness said in the past, that this right here is not going to be just a short-term thing, it's going to be a long-term thing. And I think I'm reading what the government is actually doing. The government is not actually planning on short-term. What he's saying is, don't judge me on the short term because there were failures in the short term. And he actually acknowledged one critical piece where I think the government not necessarily failed. I wouldn't call it a failure because we're a small country. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a failure, right? The lack of helicopters, the lack of enough helicopters in the island for emergency airdrops. I think that was our biggest problem in Hurricane Melissa, because the roads were blocked, yeah, and them a try get to the people them, but the roads were blocked, and the little bit of helicopter them we have in Jamaica, we had to use the helicopter them for emergency. We're talking about people who are on them deathbed, people them who in the hospital them will get damaged, them have to fly them from there go to another hospital, and for the government officials them to actually go around the country and actually survey what's going on the ground. Yeah, so I think that was the biggest failure. I wouldn't say even failure, that was the biggest weakness that we had in the hurricane. Yeah, and he acknowledged that in the last press conference. So that is good on you, Mr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness. That showed that you're actually doing a full evaluation, yeah, of what is needed for the future. So you see, the big generators, they will come down. There was a whole thing about the generator. They must say, oh, Mr. Andrew Holness mean and Mr. Andrew Holness this, yeah. But the generators, I believe the generators are big industrial generators, yeah. And those generators are probably not well suited for home use. And even if you give the people them when they're outside, where them got them not have no shelter. So you can give people with the outside generators to use? Yeah, that is the debate. So what Mr. Andrew Holness said is that he's going to make sure, say, all of the police station, them, the schools and them thing there, yeah, and shelters get a generator, yeah. He's trying to build national resilience with those generators. So if we have another category 4 or 5 hurricane in the future, all those hubs are able to actually operate. Yeah, when the electricity is down, they can operate and continue, which makes sense. Now him say now there's going to be another program with some more generators where he's going to be deploying those strategically throughout the island. Yeah, so the generator issue, him resolve that. Now the people them are crying and the people them are bad, and I say, yo, Mr. Holness, run some money upon the ground now. Yeah, so in the previous clip when we just mentioned Marky G, and Andrew Holness actually said it, but Marky G is pushing more on it. I said put the people them to work, yeah, because the cleanup need to happen a little bit more faster because people are getting sick and people are dying from the outbreak of diseases, waterborne diseases that is going on in the yeah. And my thing too is, I know the government is working, but What is the staffing of the government? The government probably need to deploy a little bit more cash and start hiring some people from the private sector. Yeah, because you know, say in a disaster, yeah, multiple minds coming together with ideas is actually what is needed to actually solve the complex problems that we have in Jamaica. Yeah. Ideas from the private sector, ideas from the government, both opposition and the people them in power, working in tandem, right, will lead to a stronger and more united Jamaica, and we would actually build back stronger that way. Now, is the container homes the solution for the future? Probably, but you know, say both houses, yeah, if built properly, can actually withstand a category 5 hurricane if you're not on the shore and if you're probably not in the middle of the eye. Yeah, a nice build boarded structure that is anchored down on the foundation by bolts. So most of them, the house, the way I just blow away for the foundation, they were not anchored properly. Them not build them properly. So if you're a builder, right, when we do a little bit of research, so if you build your foundation, yeah, and you put your baseboard down there and you anchor it down, yeah, and then your studs that is going on, your wall studs them that is going on, yeah, is being tied down by hurricane straps. So you're strapping it down to the foundation anchor, then the straps. So strap at the base and strap at the top, and you have your big old beam going across. Yeah, the people them just build something. There's no support beam to actually hold the structure together. So when the wind come, there's nothing to fight against the wind. The wind just take everything and just bloop and gone. So there are ways to actually build, yeah, these homes much stronger and much more cost effective. If the government actually build, let's say, a 10 by 10 structure for everybody, you can build them, they're relatively cheap, you know, on the outskirt, yeah, for the people them who depend the capture land, yeah. If there is like a program that the government can actually deploy, right, where you have like a group of contractors then, yeah, hire a group of contractors or whole like trade school and teach the people them how to actually build hurricane resilient boarded structures, yeah, and give them the material a 10 by 10. It's not going to cost the government all that money, you know. It's going to cost way less because you give the people them the material and you give the people them like a blueprint then. Put it that way then. You give the people them the material and you give the people them the blueprint to build a 10 by 10 emergency unit that is going to strap down, that is going to be resilient, yeah. And when them put the zinc, now say you can't put zinc, you know, you can put the zinc on the top of the roof, but don't use nail, use a screw. So they're gonna need a drill, yeah. So you're gonna give them like a little package, yeah, a little building package, a drill, yeah, so them can use and drill down the zinc on top of the roof. So it's going to be way more difficult for the wind to actually pull it off. Me I hear a story where them are saying now, like the zinc them, even if you put new zinc on your roof, yeah, the hurricane, the wind just take it off because the zinc nail head, them not strong enough, them just blow off. But if you screw it down with screws now, it's way stronger than the actual nail, yeah. And you try not to have too much of a overhang, yeah, when you're putting on the zinc. So there's not going to be areas for the wind to get under to actually lift the roof off, to lift the zinc off, yeah. So that would be the solution to the problem that we have in Jamaica, because really and truly the government, if you're gonna give the people them all the container homes, the government have to borrow money for that, because this whole thing, yeah, I know the arguments sound good for say, all right, the government are taking the whole of the money and them not spend it, right? Governments on a whole is slow to spend, so it's nothing new what Andrew Holness is doing. Yeah, there's nothing new that Andrew Holness is doing. It's just the fact that people are actually suffering and people are actually dying, yeah, and we would like to see more of a emergent, like getting out there and touching the needs of the people them, yeah. So the necessary things that the people them actually need, which is actually critical in each of these communities, would be water, clean water. And because of the squatting problem that we have in Jamaica, and this is what you have to pay attention to, yeah, there's a lot of informal communities in Jamaica that the government probably don't even know about. So when people they over here so and they build a house way in a way and 5-10 people in the way a way and then build them own road, more than likely the government not even know say there's a community up there, So the long farming squatting communities, yeah, the politicians them we know say, yo, right round here, sir, we have 100 families over here, sir. I will know say it's a squatting community and the community have a name. But there's so many squatters that is like spread all over the place in certain communities where people just don't know. Yeah, so it's important to actually get connected with like people that on the ground where I work and I serve them communities. So that's how the government will actually create solutions to the people them problem. They need water desperately. They need clean water desperately. I believe like if we're able to solve the water problem, yeah, and hand out some free like solar lights, yeah, just like lighting, like street lights and all them things there, so the people them is not like in 100% darkness. So those things are relatively inexpensive for the government to solve. Water, solve the dehydration problem that is going on and the disease problem. So once you solve that as a government, that should be the number one priority, yeah? Solve that. And the people them would have enough energy because there's a lot of materials there on the ground, A lot of materials. Give the people them hammer and nail. Hammer and nail. And make them go and scavenge whatever them can scavenge and build up whatever them can build up as a temporary shelter. Because we know say you work on something, Mr. Andrew Holness. Yeah, so water, number one priority. Make sure say as many people in the affected areas have clean water source. We're talking about you have to like truck water into these communities and put drop spots, right? So big old water tanks in these communities. Make sure the water tanks are sealed where no rodents are getting in. Yeah. And just spread it all across those places and make sure so the people them have enough clean water in the area. Yeah? And then them can get to work and start a rebuild. And now in the long term now, yeah, you create the program that I mentioned, like a workshop thing, yeah, but you have to go spend some money doing Mr. Andrew Holness. So this workshop is a 10 by 10 structure that you're going to be deploying, which in a lot of cases is going to be way cheaper than the container homes, unless as a government, of course, you can get deals on the container homes. But will these container homes be free? I don't think the container homes will be free, but we have to have some free program, yeah. And the cheapest way for the government would be to give the people them, everybody who is affected, who is down and out on them luck, give them enough material to build a 10 by 10 structure. Give them all the materials and the tools that is needed to build the 10 by 10 structure. Yeah? With the hurricane straps and all of them things there. So you know, say, that is a start right there. So if there's another hurricane that come, that is like Melissa, more than likely them people that will have that structure that's still standing. Yeah? Yeah. That would be a wonderful thing, Mr. Prime Minister. But we know, say, you're out there and you work hard and your administration is working hard, but in a crisis, there's going to be people, no matter how hard you work, people are always want to see you working harder. Yeah? And what the people them are look for right now, the people them want some money in them pocket, Mr. Prime Minister. So what they must say is all of them road work they were going with the big old truck and the contractors them I deal with. Them want you go there and you hire some of the people them directly. But another thing too, yeah, if you is a young man or a young woman down there in a St. Elizabeth, yeah, or in a Westmoreland, and you really and truly want to work and you want to make some money, you see all of them truck there and all of them people there where you see a come down there, go to one of them truck driver there and say, can you introduce me to the boss of this operation? Yeah, because remember the boss have the connection, him have the contract with the government. The government is not just using government trucks, you know. The government employ all of them people here for work. No, them are use contractors. They're using the trucks where them get donated from foreign countries, yeah? Odd pen. And then them hire contractors. You know, the contractor them can't do all of their work themselves. They cannot. Even the contractors them have to go buy truck from foreign to come down to meet the demand, because this is gonna be a year's worth of work. So if he's a young man, you can go drive one of them truck that way, you know. If the truck them are run 24/7, yeah. If you go get hired, you learn how to drive the truck. And let's say a contractor man in your area or from Kingston there, and you meet the boss, and the boss is running a 12-hour shift, and the boss say, you know what, I want to run a 24-hour shift, but me don't have the drivers. Let's say I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 truck. Yeah, him not have the driver. So you now connect with the boss and you gotta learn how to drive the truck, and money that in your pocket where you can feed your family. So instead of depending on Andrew Holness to solve your problem and come hire you, Andrew Holness already pay the contractor them. The money are run. Contractors are get money are run for the contractor them, so go get hired by the contracting company now. And then you start put some money in your pocket. So Marky G made a good point, so the government need to run some money, but money are run. But it not run directly to you yet. So you have to go find a way how to get some of the money now. So me I tell you, yard boss, I tell you how to get some of the money from now on into the future. Anytime you see work, I go on, go find out who is the boss, who is the man who is hiring. I saw you make the money. Yeah, and even if you see the government workers them down there working, find out from them how you can get a piece of the pie. Tell them, say, yo, me would like to apply for this job that you're doing. If you see a man down there with a chainsaw and a cut, go ask the man how him get that job there. I make him introduce you to how you can get that job too. Yeah, I say work, don't be afraid to ask people. No, the only thing you can get is no. And when him tell you no today, you go back tomorrow and say, sir, I really want to work. And you continue to be persistent and persistent because you need the job to put some money in your pocket. Yeah, I say, come on people. Yeah, man, a whole heap of work. A whole heap of work I got it down there. So when you get to work, my people, stop crying. Yeah, and you can do it. We can all recover stronger and better together. One Jamaica, Yard Boss signing out. Peace out.
Even a yard boss TV.
Yo, rich